Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. This is our cozy, realistic, no-mod series where we as the Minutemen rebuild the Commonwealth one settlement at a time. If you're just here looking for build inspo, feel free to skip ahead. I have everything in this video time-stamped. If you're here to build along or just chill out, grab some fancy lad snack cakes and settle in. Today is part 2 of our build here at Greentop Nursery, and I'm so excited to get back into it. I honestly have not stopped thinking about this settlement since we started at it last week, and it looks like we got a cat? Let's go ahead and let that cat out so we can have a farm cat going. How do I... There we go. Yay! Look at him! Oh, big stretch. Lovely. And I would like a few more cats, to be honest. I feel like vermin getting into the mute fruit would be a problem. Oh, we got a new settler. Hi. I don't have anything for you to do yet. Last week we did this little fruit stand. We still have some building to do in here, but because right now this is holding the sleeping bags that people need, I think we should start with some residential units, which I've been visualizing as kind of at the back of the settlement back here. Yeah, because we've got some like open land, and I think a building that faces towards the center of the settlement would be just perfect back here. So I'm going to start with a foundation to kind of even it out. Yeah. And I'm going to try and do some units together, but we're still going to keep them kind of like visually distinct. I feel like I'm too close to the edge of the settlement with this one. How's that look? That's a little better, but I am worried we won't be able to fit walls along the whole back. So let's actually put some walls down, just so we know exactly how far back we can push it. Let's do this one. The piece with the blue is so notoriously hard to snap. I know that all fits. I just want to arrange it a little better. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. And I want this to be broken up into 2 units. So I actually wonder if I can snap that kind of right in the middle there. We might have to play with the build order on what's possible here. In fact, just to make that happen, let's try this for a sec. I think that should snap there. Like I said, though, I think this shack wall doesn't play super nice. But I do think that one should be able to go between 2 of these foundations nicely. Although I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Let's group select this whole thing and scooch it back. My vision here is like apartments. Last time we were playing with the idea that this settlement is owned by the original couple. And then because they would have, you know, work for people, they would be able to, you know, hire some people onto the farm to work and live here. Oh, I really thought the shack wall could snap between things. It's so weird. I've definitely seen it snap between things before. Maybe it just has to be on its own there, and that'll be okay too. Yeah, because it can still be inside. A lot of building in Fallout is just trial and error. But that's also how we find a lot of the best ideas. So I'm not mad about it at all. Okay. Because I'm thinking this 2 square space, this can be one of our housing units. Let me get the one with the door. That can be one of our housing units, and then the one next to it can be another one of our housing units, and then we might do another 2 upstairs. So keeping this kind of visually interesting with some different textures and stuff is going to help it not just look like a giant block. you know, log cabin kind of house here in the back of our settlement. Like, that's a good size living unit. Yep, and let's put some stairs down. Those float a little bit, so let's try this one. Yeah, that's cute. And then this one, I don't want to copy the same pattern we just did. So let's give them a doorway here. And maybe for this one, we expand it on this side. Like this. Although I've sort of built myself into a corner with these other walls. You go there. There we go. And then this one here, that is going to make it harder if I want to do stairs up to the second unit, but I like this idea, so I think we should follow it through. Put that and that. This blank space is inviting me to put some kind of deck, you know, because we can bring it this way. Yeah. And then we can kind of fence it off so it feels intentional, and we'll give them like a chair or something there, which I think is really lovely. And that. Ooh. Can I not do this on this side? I might need one more floor piece. I think my goal here is to do all of the like structure first, and then we'll decorate each unit inside. Yeah, so this unit has a bigger porch, and then this one here on the left has that space used by the shack wall. And we'll do a flat wall against this because I do want to try and get a second level going up here. Oop. If I can walk. Yeah, okay. So let's grab the shack upper floor. Which way did the planks go? This way? Yeah, that's nice. Shack upper floor, shack upper floor. Let's just do all the flooring while we're up here. And stairs. It's always a gamble seeing if these stairs are actually gonna reach the ground or not. Yeah, those don't look like they will. I wonder if we could do like a two-part staircase. I don't think this is gonna work, but we might as well try. Yeah, I don't think that'll snap. Let's do... We know we're gonna need a door to get into the upper units. So let's do the door first. And then do that just comes out so far. I want to try and save some space still. I like it when all the planks go the same way. Okay, what about that? Yeah, that's not terrible. If we can find a way to make that reach the ground, I really would like that. Honestly, the shack bridge, if we place it right, could be kind of cool. Maybe it doesn't want to go there though. So our other options are just clipping it to this. That doesn't kind of works out pretty nicely, actually. Yeah, I can walk up that without a problem. Yeah, and it gives them a nice little porch. I don't mind that at all. Just want to play and see if this reads as like a structural support, because that porch isn't really supported by anything. But maybe we could grab a pillar like this. Ooh, it does snap there, though it kind of floats. I think that would be nice. And then same back here if I just kind of press it up against the corners. It doesn't really need to touch. Oh, I would like it if it touched a little more than that, though. Yeah, that reads as a support to me. This is one of those moments where I would love to have a live chat going so you can tell me if it reads as a support to you too. We are getting close to 10,000 subscribers on this channel, and I do think it would be cool if, to celebrate that, we do a live stream event and build something together, maybe at one of the bigger settlements. So if you like that idea, let me know. I think it'd be a fun way to celebrate how far this channel has come. I really didn't intend when I started this channel to do just Fallout builds. I've got some other ideas though, so I might add some variety. Now, why don't I have room for this one? I bet it's because we're too close to the door. I could bring it out a little bit. Like this. Yeah, and then we just pull the supports out. Like that. And that. Yeah. And then I think we should be able to, yep, snap and snap. And this one, it is nice that it like auto snaps there, but I kind of want it, actually I think that's okay. Yeah, it's a neat texture. Okay, so now we have this room. And I'm just looking for some walls to finish off this back portion. That might be too close to the edge of the settlement. Oh no! That's nice. And then we'll do the same thing, I think, of walling off the two. I guess I'm gonna use that piece as a window up here because we don't really have room for like a full porch. But let's go downstairs and see what that looks like. It's not reading quite right to me. We can try a full porch. Although would it even, I don't know if it would even actually snap up there. Oh. Feels a little claustrophobic. What about this? Yeah, I don't mind that. But then this I would replace with maybe this wall. Yeah, to feel a little more defined as a unit there. And then how are we gonna get stairs up here? That's my next question. Ooh, if we can bring out a patio kind of like this, we might just build over it. Because it's not like the downstairs unit has a window there that we need to allow space for. Is this... Oh. That's actually not terrible. You could just do that and then... Yeah, that's not bad at all. We could just mirror what we did. We are... The lip of that is a little close, but I think we'd need to make room for a doorway here anyway. This whole apartment complex unit is going to be very scrappy building style. Just moving that out of the way for now to give me some room to build out this porch. What is that? Could they enter through that, through this, or is that like crazy annoying? Because that snaps into the ground pretty nicely. Do you think they'd mind walking over that? I mean, maybe. I probably would. I'd probably complain. But if we put it back there, then they get a more private entrance. Yeah. That's nice. And we can even... We can landscape a little bit. Maybe with some razor grain back here. Gosh, this razor grain is so big. We can do like a razor grain there. And then maybe a little fence. Not the picket fence. Like this one. Yeah, if I come out of workshop mode so that's not green. I think that's a really lovely private entrance for these guys. And it feels even more secure kind of with this bus thing. Although that part does feel very open. With this. Feel like a nice edge. Let's try with the smaller one. I think it would just cut off access to that staircase. So let's boundary off their porch. I know that's outside the edge of the settlement, but if it's not stopping me, I'm not gonna fight it, you know? Let's at least try. It might prevent us from decorating it. Wow, how far am I? I thought I was, yeah, right on the boundary. That's weird. Oh well. I won't look a gift Brahmin in the mouth. Let's try and separate these two units again. Does that feel... Oh, no, I gave them a slightly bigger unit than their neighbors. We don't want to cause any unnecessary arguments between, you know, who gets the bigger apartment. Just not worth the headache. And some roofs. Yeah. I really like the idea of an apartment complex like this in the post-apocalypse. I need a door. And I would love if it opened in a way that cut off the porch. Yeah. Yeah. That's lovely. And let's put doors on all the units, actually, while I'm thinking about it. Little blue one. This wall feels a little too flat. Let's replace it with something a little scrappier. That's neat, that corner piece. I just want to feel this out. Because that does almost create like a shaded patio here, so I don't hate it. I'm going to see if we can make it look supported with the posts. Not sticking there, but sticking here. You know what I mean? I know, it really wants to stick down here. Let's try removing that for just a second. This might not be possible, but it'd be really cool if it was. Like that, you know what I mean? Can we stack posts? I don't think so. I would be surprised if we could. Oh. Well, would you look at that? And then can this go in around that? It's definitely going to be poking up into their unit. That's not what I want. That's promising enough that I want to play with it. I'm getting stuck in these rocks. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I think with some finagling, we could absolutely get it there. Let's try and move it just like a little bit to the left and a little shorter. Move this out of the way. Go here. We are building housing. It doesn't want to come too close to that, which I understand. But if I do that, and then maybe the smaller post. That looks really good. Let's see how it looks upstairs before I get excited. Because it might be weird. We can cover that up. We can cover that up for sure. Oh, that's absolutely perfect. I was also trying to think about names for the settlers that we have. Because the whole last video, I just kept calling them the married couple who owns this settlement. But I think I'm going to just start calling them Mr. and Mrs. Greentop. I think they would have taken the name of the settlement. Okay, if they have that space, I don't think they also need this space. So let's swap them and give these people this. I'm just gonna move that so it snaps again. Move this. Oh, we gotta do the same thing. Sometimes Bethesda really bothers me with the order they force you to build in with collision detection, but we always get there in the end. Okay, so I was gonna, wall off again. Is this gonna feel like too much smoothness? No, that feels wonderful. Okay. Yeah, what a fun unit that is. And they get to like have a little bit of extra space. And this person then gets a shaded deck. How cool is that? Now let's reconstruct that. Yeah, I think we have plenty of room below that post. Oh, that just came together so beautifully. Yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't think we necessarily need another post on this side. Just because we have this short one, though. I just want to see what it would look like. I just want to see. Not there. It's going to keep trying to snap. Okay, if I put one there so it can't snap in the same place. Nope. And then like that. Oh, we are not close to where I thought I was. Oh, it should be close like this. Maybe like an inch more forward. We are going to get rid of these extra posts, I promise. Oh, that looks pretty good. That looks really good. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's just delightful, isn't it? Okay, that's wonderful. Oh, that just knocked me down. Okay. Yeah, and then they've got some space. Hey, Preston. And then this unit has some space. So everybody's getting 2 squares and a small little, like, outcropping. This person gets some visibility back there. That's neat. Oh, and I didn't do a roof. Do you think they'd want different roofs than their neighbors? Let's try this one. It's a little higher. So it might give us some cool visuals from the front and help differentiate this as like 4 separate units. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I might like it better the other way. Let's come up here and look from this side. Let's try flipping them around. Someone pointed out in our Outpost Zamonja build that whichever way the roof points.
You're a Minuteman, aren't you?
Who's talking?
Thought so.
We've been working with you the whole time.
Thanks for everything you fellas do.
That's Mr. Greentop.
I was saying that.
We need more people like you. Hey, here. I want you to have this.
We've literally been here for days. Yeah, I like that better. Somebody pointed out in the Outpost Samoja build that whichever way those roof things lean, like the rain is going to come down that way. And so I do think it makes sense to have the rain come down this way because it'll leak off of here instead of, if we go back upstairs, instead of ruining this view. Like this person would still get a nice view. I guess it would then drip onto this person's view, but I'll live with that because I think it looks nicer. Where are doors? Doors. What did we do? We did a blue one, a white one. Let's do another white one down here and then maybe a green one for the upstairs unit. Ooh, this might open the wrong direction. Yeah, it does. So let's replace that with... I know there are some doors that will give me what I want. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's just the cutest little apartment complex. I want to landscape a little bit here because these posts a little bit off the ground. That won't snap, right? No. They're just a little bit off the ground and I want to cover that up, and I think we could do that really nicely and still be, you know, matching the vibe of everything we've done so far just with this balcony railing. Yeah. I think that's really cute. And then I actually really like the idea of continuing to use the razor grain. Will the big one fit down here? No, still no use for that big one. Maybe 2 smaller ones. Like, I don't think they're harvesting this for food. I just think it looks neat. Just add some texture. Okay, we're getting people. We have some people, and I think there's so much work on the farm that they would mostly be farmers. Head don't really know how I want to decorate that porch yet. But I think we can start decorating each unit with the idea that most of these people are going to be farmers. So let's start with this one. Why not? We got to start somewhere. Let's look for just some decorations for their patio. I love the idea of a lawn flamingo, but I'm going to give it to this person instead. Just because I think it looks cute in that little nook. And then this person, I like the idea of giving them a plant. Let's see if that green looks too cheesy or it fits in. Oop, I just went into the greenhouse by accident. I think that looks nice. And then if we give them a dead one too, I like the idea that maybe they're keeping this as just like an extra pot that maybe they'll repot into someday. I know I have friends that use their balconies for just kind of extra pot storage like that. And then a little chair here so they can sit outside. I think each of these units would house one person. I guess we could get a couple, but right now I'm picturing one person in each. And so this guy, because we already got some guys, so I'm assuming we're building a house for at least one of the guys that we got. This guy, I think, lives alone. I want a tiny table here, yeah. It's just so I can give him an oil lamp. Oil lamp, bucket of fish. I don't know why I like this bucket of fish so much. We haven't really been able to use it. Tannery hides, that could be neat. I do like the idea of a grill, especially because we've got like a big apartment style building. I'm thinking like community amenities, like a grill. Definitely an outhouse would be a community amenity. We should remember to build an outhouse. Sometimes I forget to give them bathrooms. Okay, so that guy has a nice oil lamp, chair. He's got some plants that he's been working on. Let me turn on my Pip-Boy just because we're inside. Actually, do we want to try and do electricity to this whole unit? Not really, to be honest. I guess we could wire the conduits behind like that. We could. I think we'll stick with the main house having electricity and this one not. Let's give him a bed, and I think he can have a nice bed. A big one. Yeah, that'll just kind of be in the corner like that. And a bookshelf to kind of block it off. This guy, he showed up so quickly once we turned on the recruitment beacon. So I think he's a little more settled and excited to have a place of his own. I can't imagine that he's had that before in the Commonwealth. Oh, that might be too big. This guy also, we didn't give any windows. And I'm going to treat that like it's intentional. Do we have room for this? Actually, we do. I think he appreciates his own space. He appreciates nice things. Ooh, they're talking about Abernathy. I can't wait to build the Abernathy. I love that one too. Abernathy, it breaks my heart because they just lost their daughter. It's such a good place for the Minutemen to be able to offer their support. Okay, couch. Let's get some decorations. I want the wall candles. Which, are they here or are they in wall decorations? No, I got it right this time. There, wall sconce, couch, coffee table, bookcase. I don't think this guy needs a dining area because he's not going to host, so he wouldn't mind just like eating on his coffee table, you know? But maybe he's a bit of a nerd. We can give him a magazine rack. Maybe he's got some comics. Put out a chessboard for him. I really like that idea. We didn't give him power, so these things don't really help much. A projector could be cool. If I can put it on top of... Can I put it on top of this? It just seems like a neat kind of vintagey item that he might have found and restored. Yeah. And we have space against this wall. I just don't know what I want to use it for. Maybe a desk. Just like a little... Yeah, not a big one. But this dorky single guy kind of seems like the type to me that would, I don't know, maybe have little figurines that he wants to paint or something. So it'd be nice if he had a space to do that. This is a good chair for that desk. And we'll push it in as far as we can because he doesn't have a ton of room. Okay, the wall sconce I really like. Let's do smaller candles on the desk for lighting. Why won't they go up there? It's raining. At least we got all our building done before the rain started coming down, right? And let's do more candles over here. Again, I think this guy really appreciates like a classy... He appreciates nice things. He appreciates that he can save up caps and invest in somewhere better than where he was. Maybe he had a lot of siblings growing up on his family farm. And so he's glad to have his own space where he can do what decorating he wants. Oh, you just... Okay. This is yours then. There you go.
Got it.
Welcome. He just picked that right out for himself, didn't he? He was like, I have a lot of siblings and I want to work on painting little models. I like the idea of one of these kind of like abstract paintings. Ooh, or is he a history buff? He could be a history buff. I could see that. That's Mr. Greentop. Hey. I think we go a little abstract. Like that. Yeah. Hi. Or poster over painting. Let's scroll past these ones. I'm thinking like a... Ooh, wait, what's that? The Unstoppables? That goes pretty well with the magazine rack we gave him. Silver Shroud would do too. Is that just a dirtier version of the Unstoppables poster? Yeah, I think an Unstoppables poster complements the comic book nerd vibe that we've given him. This isn't your house. And then I was going to say painting back here, but I think he'd do another poster. Cool, but it's just circling back here. Silver Shroud would be good. What's the difference between this Unstoppables and the other one? The Unstoppables Fabulous First Issue. The Unstoppables. I guess this one's just in better quality. So let's do a different one back here. The Fight and Furies could be cool. I like the idea of Blast Radius. I don't like that it's a picture of kids in his bedroom. Let's do Silver Shroud. Is the Silver Shroud. Yeah, that's cool. And it still feels comic nerd to me. The Silver Shroud needs you. Okay. That's lovely. Does anything go on the back of the bookcase? I don't think so. I guess a sign could go back here. It's kind of putting the men's bathroom sign here. To me, it reads as "No Girls Allowed," and I think that's really funny. So we'll give him a "No Girls Allowed" poster. And then let's scroll to these like messed up ones, but I want to see if there's anything here that would be neat. I like this as a nod to the history nerd vibe, like a vintage US poster. Are you the one that I just assigned to this? I don't think you are. I think you're just another random guy who's crashing this party. I guess everybody really likes the build I'm doing, so that's cool. I do hope we get a girl at some point. I feel like every settler... Oop, what just happened? I don't know. I feel like all the settlers we've gotten so far have been men. Let's do... I'm going to stick to Astoundingly Awesome Tales. They displayed so perfectly. And I should have like a Blast Radius or chessboard on me. So we'll give him Blast Radius, chessboard. There we go. And anything else that seems like collectible. We'll do a picture frame. If he came from a big family, maybe he has a picture of them. Let's give him a drinking glass. Why not? Anything else here look relevant? Not a skull. Ooh, honestly, like some toys would be cool. Not a wooden block, but definitely the toy truck. Ooh.
Not right now. Thanks.
I did not realize we were in the middle of a conversation.
Thanks for your help, friend.
You're welcome. You're a very popular guy. Oh, you don't need to talk
I
to
was
me.
glad to help.
Ah,
I can't argue with your timing.
okay.
Who knows what would have happened to us if you hadn't been here?
Great. Thank you. Everybody leave now. Oh, thank you. I did not expect him to
Don't much care
completely
for good
vaporize. Oh, why is everybody in this house? That drinking glass
You sure that's worth taking
sticks
with us?
out, and I don't know why. I think it's just too clean, so we'll take it back. And I'm going to try and position it. Oop, there we go. There we go. Just so it sits close. Close, but no cigar. Oop. What is happening? I might have made these apartments too small. Okay, that's cute. That's sitting properly. Everybody is gone now. Okay, so Blast Radius can be out because maybe he plays that more often, and the chessboard can go there. So he's got like a vintage toy collection, chessboard, old projector, his movie posters, blast radius. This is a really cute, like, comic book nerd house. I am very into this. Absolutely lovely. And I think it's dark enough that I think it's nighttime. Yeah, so let's sleep through till morning and then we'll do the house next door. We've got a few more units to go. Though we have spent a lot of time on this already, so I don't know how many more we'll get through, but that's okay. There's no rush. Okay. So for this one, with the lawn flamingo, I'm thinking a bit quirkier. I'm honestly thinking like Manic Pixie Dream Girl vibes. Like maybe our comic book nerd has a big old crush on his neighbor. And I'm hoping we get another girl. I don't want this settlement to be entirely men. I need a little diversity. I guess we'll just keep attracting people until I get what I want, but let's give her a dining area because I think she'd be a little more social. Let's put down some options for dining tables. That one would work. This one would work, but it doesn't have a ton of personality, and I think that she would have a little more personality. Honestly, this one too. That could work. Just putting it down. This one could work. That's really cute. That one is exactly the same as the other one. Yeah, this first one is just so boring. Same with this one. If this one fits, I think I like it. No, I think we gotta be realistic about space constraints. I think this table one is gonna work. But let's give her a rug too. I think by her bed this one would be cute. And we can give her a dresser as well. Something. Let's look in miscellaneous. If I'm giving her Manic Pixie Dream Girl energy, I want to lean into that. Shelves. That could come in handy later. This is our typical dresser. Or no, it's not. That's not our typical dresser. That might work for me. And that one's too clean. And then these are all vault things that also read as too clean. Okay, I like this one. Because remember, the typical dresser, it looks more like this. Yeah, and so giving her this like mid-modern cabinet, I like that a lot. And now we can put this table here. Let's give her chairs for her dining table. Those I don't think you could realistically sit in and eat from. This I like because it feels kind of ornate, but I also overuse these chairs. I don't think that stool is the right height. We could give her the vault one so she could get kind of funky with colors. I like that. A red one. Maybe 2 red ones. Maybe she got a great deal on those from a junk trader. Yeah, it's like a fun find. And I think she would really like the abstract paintings that we almost used and then didn't use for our guy. The one that looks like it's bottles of alcohol. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. It's a little bit funkier. I like it a lot. Okay. And then what else does she need? we gave him a desk, and I really did like the desk. We might give her a desk too. We gave her a dining area. She could use a couch as well. Just somewhere to relax. Let's come back to couches, because we do have some options that would feel kind of funky. That's awful, and I love it. Let's do a bigger rug here before I put anything down. The circles, I think, read well for her and the kind of energy I want to give. And then I do like the idea of a couch. Ooh, this one with the dots? Yeah, that's fun. Oh, it's horrifically dirty, but I don't think she would mind. Yeah, that's cool. And, okay. This is cool. This would be cool here. That's also cool. Let's put it down and see just how out of place it looks, because it is like clean. I didn't know a TV could go on top of that. Hold on. What about the dirtier TV? These things, the fish racks, they're so neat. I want to find more uses for those. Can this go on top of that? Like a TV stand? That's really cool. I know it won't work. Is that a genuine Radiation King? I really, really like that. And not for her to watch TV. I think she'd be excited about finding a Radiation King television in such primo condition. And so she's got it set it up to look like she can watch TV even if she can't. And I think that's really cool. Let's see if this can fit anywhere. Because it could be cool. Yeah, as like an entryway storage. If we shift the couch over, and then we can pop this in the corner, maybe. Yes. And then I think I should be able to wiggle this just a little. Like that. Yeah, so it's set up like a little TV room. How fun is that? And then we have room for more wall decorations. I think we could do another painting. Yeah, keep going with the mid-century modern vibe for her. She's got a lot of colors and patterns going on, and I love that for her. Okay. I want there to be a way to put a plant on top of things. And I don't think I can, but we might be able to pillar glitch it. Somebody told me that you could pillar, I'm walking into the wall. Somebody told me that you could pillar to glitch plants. I don't know how true that is. We are going to try it just because I would really love if she had this little snake plant. Okay, so if that can be, if that can go like that tall. How far down can I put this? This might not work. I really don't know if you can use this to pick up a plant, but we are going to try. It's not terrible. I think there's a world where we could get this to work. I do. Okay. We just have to pick it up some other way. Okay. really want that to get higher. I need to find like a mound of dirt to place this on. Hold up. Because I can't select anything else on this table. If I can get this, this might not work. Like I would be shocked if I get this close enough. We might have to try a few things, but I am prepared to be wrong. It's too tall. Okay. Hold up. Second attempt. Okay, so if that's too tall, I can make this taller. I just really want her to have a plant on this little shelf. That's too low. Okay, so that's too low. What about that? If this takes too many more tries, I'll fast forward it. But, oh, that is just lovely. I am so pleased. Wow. Oh, amazing. Let's drop some other stuff for her. I think she would love flowers. Teddy bear, maybe. Not a skull fragment. That I am sure about. Salt shaker we could do on her table. Fork, knife. I think she would take pride in eating, which is an odd thing to say, but hairbrush. You know what I mean? Like some people don't have matching silverware or anything. I think she would be pleased that she found a fork and knife that went together. I think in the, post-apocalypse Fallout world, that is the equivalent of having a full set. I'm just kind of giving her a lot of junk as I do. Ooh, let's see if the antique globe can sit anywhere. This vase is a little boring. But it still might be fun somewhere. This one is gorgeous and works well there. Hairbrush. I'm just going to leave out and about. Large plate is clipping through the table for some reason. But we'll do... Okay, I will come back to that. There we go. See, like, she's a little more dignified than her... Is there anything else I dropped here? Than her comic book loving neighbor, because she's got a plate and a fork and a knife. And he just has his couch to hunch over like a starving raccoon. Nothing wrong with that. Been there. I'm trying to grab the knife. Plastic knife, there we go. Just so I can arrange it a little better. Yeah. Really, there we go. There we go. Okay, so she's got a vintage salt shaker. She's got fork, knife, plate. She's got this cool art. Oh, I forgot about the antique globe. I think the antique globe would be nicer than that other vase. So let me just boop, put that down instead, and we will save that. decorate with it, Preston. I don't know. Okay. That's adorable. I love that. See, the plastic flamingos really came together with this whole vision. Oh, I can't believe we got the plant on the shelf like that. That is, wow. And we are already at about an hour for this build, which is crazy. I could spend forever decorating these little units, but I think we do have to stop. I want to be able to edit the captions on these videos to make them accurate, and that takes, you know, about a week to turn out an hour worth of them each week. So I think we're going to have to keep breaking this down into chunks. I'm always hesitant to spend too many weeks at a single settlement. So if you really hate this format or you really love this format, you love that we can go into details about each one of the settlers, let me know. I would love to hear it because I really do enjoy building the details here. And I still do want to do a clinic at some point in this settlement, maybe a restaurant. And of course we have these upstairs units that we didn't get to this time, but that is all I have for us today. Thank you so much for joining me, the General of the Minutemen, as we work together to rebuild the Commonwealth one settlement at a time. I have a playlist of all the builds I've done so far, so if you enjoyed this one, please do check those out. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. I would love to hear what you thought. I love building these. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely day, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.